And we'll know it.
Yes.
Because you'll tell us.
Yes. And unlike NPR, you can't turn the channel, so. Thank you. Good morning. As Paul said, my name is Bryan Bliss, and I'm the Ministry Associate for Cradle to Career at York Cathedral. And this morning, I just wanted to spend a few minutes talking about the second mark of mission: to teach, baptize, and nurture new believers. So teaching, baptizing, and nurturing believers at all stages of a person's faith journey has been a part of my personal calling into ministry since the very beginning. However, the specificity of this mark, the nurturing of a new belief, is one of the true honors and obligations that we hold as Christians, and specifically as Episcopalians, through the words and vows of our baptismal covenant. And this week, as if it was planned, we'd be able to do baptismal prep for a young family. And whenever I get to do baptismal prep with a young family, the highlight of that conversation, for me at least, is where I get to describe why baptisms are a public worship service, why the font is almost always located at the center of the nave, why we as the assembly are asked to participate in the baptism of a child or the adult who, more often than not, we haven't yet met. Because in that moment, we as a community are not only welcoming a new member into the community of God and into the community of the church, but we're almost also promising to walk alongside the newly baptized as people who have also made that same commitment to Christ. Now you might be asking yourself, what is that commitment? Well, it's to help teach and nurture this new believer. And it's no matter if they are a newborn or an adult or a teenager or somewhere in between. It's a commitment to radically welcome those who have been marked as Christ's own forever, or as the book of Galatians says, have been clothed with Christ in baptism. But what does teaching, baptizing, and nurturing a new believer look like practically? It can mean getting involved in a discipleship group, coming to one of the Wednesday night roundtables, attending Episcopal 101. It can mean coming to the young adult Bibles and Brews gathering, a godly play or a youth group, choir, altar guild, ushering, taking advantage of our daily morning prayer and compline offerings, and of course, attending weekly worship, because the liturgy itself is also formation. So each week at your cathedral, there are countless opportunities to nurture your faith, to deepen your relationship with the mystery of God. And for me, perhaps it's just as exciting. I can't help but think about the future generations that will come through the doors, the children and teenagers in nurseries and in the nursery who will learn to love God, who will one day sit in these pews and perhaps stand at this lectern, at the pulpit, and maybe behind the table. And all of these opportunities for ministries are made possible by the generosity of our gifts and pledges to St. Mark's 2023 annual giving campaign. There are several ways to give. You can do so on the website, through QR codes, ACH bank drafts, even through text messaging. And if you're thinking, I'm never going to remember this, well, you were probably sent one of these envelopes. And if you're thinking, Brian, I wasn't sent one of these envelopes, or I can't find that envelopes, there are also some of these envelopes in the pews today. And if you can't find one, you can come and find me and I'll help you find one. So feel free to take one with you today. And if you have any other questions, you can ask me or another staff member. Thank you for your time.